Hey friends, Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. Because without you guys, well, you know how it would be. I'd be down here talking to myself. Well, Joe Boo and the dogs, of course. Now, I want to thank everybody last night for live streaming in. Man, this thing is growing week by week. We're getting better numbers. I'm seeing a lot of the same people in there. And all of you guys that contributed to the Joe Boo Mojo Fund with those super chats, man, I appreciate that. Because when football season gets here, I'm going to be at some of these games, and we are going to have some hellacious, and I mean hellacious, tailgate parties. Definitely here in Washington against the Redskins. We're going to end up having some pulled pork sliders. We're definitely going to have some tacos. We're going to have chicken wings. Of course, Joe Boo's going to have chicken wings. And we'll have cigars and, of course, plenty of rum. So I'm looking forward to it, and I want to thank you guys and all for doing that. And I got to tell you, the way we're growing right now, we're going to hit 10,000 in probably about 2 weeks. And for me, that's unbelievable from where we started. It humbles me that you guys want to watch me and good old Joe Boo. Now, a couple things. Day number 1 of this week's OTAs is in the books. Zeke Elliot, thank God, is back on the field after his incident. And, of course, the Dallas Cowboys are dealing with Nolan Carroll, drunk driving. I went on to this last night, a little bit of a tirade, and I still go back to leadership. I feel like there's a vacuum when it comes to leadership because every year we have guys that get suspended on our defense. Every year. Randy Gregory, Greg Hardy, Orlando Scandrick, DeMarcus Lawrence. And we know that David Irving right now will probably get 4 games, and now Nolan Carroll. We can't continue to keep losing guys for games on end. Somewhere, somehow, we got to grab a hold of these guys and say, hey, listen, it's a privilege for you to be here to wear that star, to be a Dallas Cowboy, the number 1 team in the NFL, the most popular NFL team in the world. And it's not good enough for you just to be a hell of a player on the field. You got to be a solid citizen as well. And somebody needs to be doing that. But anyway, I digress because what I really wanted to talk about, and I'm really excited about, and you don't really know what it is because it's still kind of a mystery, that is Jaylon Smith. We hear a lot of really good things. We're hearing that the nerve is getting better day by day, that he's able to, start to feel his toes and be able to raise his foot. And for those of you guys who don't understand what happened, literally, his leg was just about decapitated. Complete rupture, tore up everything. And it's not so much the ligaments, because the ligaments, right now, they're able to basically take other body parts and make ligaments. Unlike my day, basically they just kind of sewed it up and hope for the best. They're able to rebuild the knee joint. But the problem is the nerve was severed. And you need the nerve, basically, to control the foot. So he'd been working out, wearing a brace, and he's still wearing a brace because he has what is known as drop foot. And basically, it's like a limp foot. Like some fellows have a limp wrist. Well, it's a limp foot. So the brace pulls it back up. So he can push, but he can't raise up. That's what the brace does for it. And so far, he's getting feeling back in that foot and able to do more and more. You see him running around, and he looks like he's moving pretty well. But you don't know how it's going to be when you're taking on a 300-pound lineman at full speed. How good will it be? And the Cowboys are doing the wise thing in, practicing a day, taking a day off. Practicing a day, take a day off. Taking it slow because basically, for a year and a half, he hasn't been working. And you don't want to push it to where you end up having a setback. Because I know from personal experience with, knee injuries and things like that, you get gung-ho to get back where you were. And sometimes you can end up doing a little too much and you set yourself back. So they're trying to make sure that they push him, but they don't push him too much over the edge. Now here's where it gets good. You know Jerry. Jerry's always going to tell you how good everything is. Jerry's going to tell you, oh, man, he's going to be great. He's going to be a great contributor for the Dallas Cowboys. He's going to be fantastic. You know, remember when he talked about Brandon Wheaton having one of the prettiest passes in the NFL? Yeah, that's Jerry Jones. But what we're hearing is they believe he's going to be a big contributor for the team. That the medical staff believes that. The coaching staff believes that. Everybody believes that this guy is really coming on. But that's not Jerry talking. Because if it was Jerry, you kind of say, okay, yeah, well, Jerry, you know, okay. You're always going to have the positive side. And the one thing that Jerry Jones never forgets is that Joe Boo will need a refill. Unlike me. Sorry, Joe Boo. So we'll pour one of those for Joe Boo. But this is actually Stephen Jones. And what you have to understand about the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, he owns the team. But Stephen Jones runs the team. And that's the difference with the Dallas Cowboys, because it wasn't Jerry Jones saying that. Of course, he's saying that. But it's actually Stephen Jones. And what I always tell you guys, Jerry Jones is over here, being Jerry, saying all kinds of stuff and everything else. You know, he's getting all the hound dogs chasing him. The real work and what's really going on is over here with Stephen Jones. You hear Jerry talking about, oh, we want this guy, a Johnny Manziel and everything else, and they turn around and they get a Zach Martin. Because this is where the team is making the decisions. They're letting Jerry be Jerry, but they're building the team over here. So when you hear Stephen Jones say something, believe that. That is the real deal. Now, Jason Garrett, he's not going to tell you. Jason Garrett's going to, basically try and speak in riddles and everything else because the coach doesn't want you to really know what's going on. But when Stephen Jones talks, everybody should listen. And when Stephen Jones is talking about Jaylon Smith looking good and moving well, I tend to believe that, and I think that he's going to be a player. So that's all I've got right now. Oh, Zeke Elliot, I may have already said it. I'm getting old. Been hitting the head too many times. Zeke Elliott is back at practice. And other than Nolan Carroll, it's been a quiet day in Dallas. So as always, friends, I'm Mark Holmes. That's Cowboy Joe Boo. And thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. And I will see you again real soon.